What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering with an update in the Gabby Petito case. Looks like, based on your feedback, people are pretty interested in following this as it goes through. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below to be notified each and every time I upload. Now, what's interesting is a couple new little nuggets came out today, including we now know that Brian, we assume, is in the van at the time. You can see video shows Gabby Petito's van door closing 3 days after last sighting. Enhanced video footage of Gabby Petito's van, purportedly filmed after her last known sighting, has surfaced online, appearing to show the back door of the vehicle being closed as another car approaches. The chilling moment was spotted by Brent Shavnor, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran turned videographer, who noticed the movement on the video first posted on YouTube. The Bethunes captured the encounter on their dash cam, traveling cross country. They say the footage was recorded in Spread Creek, dispersed camping land, Grand Teton National Park. I think dispersed camping land just means like, you're good. You can camp basically wherever you want. Wait, I wanted to see the... Well, show me the video. Video picked up movement around the van. Shavnor was able to further enhance the footage, but of course Newsweek is not going to link to it because they're probably not getting paid, which is pretty crummy. Shout out to Brent Shavnor here. Thanks to the raw 2.5K video released by Red, Right, and Bethune, I was able to further enhance the footage of the back door of the Gabby Petito Brian Lundrie point, where you can clearly see the back door abruptly close. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, you can see it's open there. You can see the door's open here. And then boom. I mean, I don't know if you could say it's abruptly. This is as requested. Here's a second anomaly some thought might have been Brian digging in the creek. You can see in the enhanced video that the black figure is not a human figure, more aligned with being terrain. Oh, right over there on the left. I mean, the idea is, he writes on, answer your question regarding the significance of the door closing. Building a timeline of the case is important. The door closing adds whether or not information on the timeline. Someone was alive in the van where Gabby was found on August 27th. And you can see here, front passenger seat, wind slowed down and exposure, contrast, and brightness altered. Clearly a male passenger in the passenger seat resembles the boyfriend. Yeah, I mean, you can see it does look like him there. Brightness increased higher. You can see if that's what they're talking about. If it was him. There's been a lot of mention of a face appearing in the passenger window as a vehicle passes by Gabby's van for a second time. As requested, here's the spot up close in question. Pretty creepy 3 frames. I don't know if maybe... See, I wasn't even looking at the... Oh, right here. That is creepy. Okay. So he's looking out the window. Yeah, that's... I mean, could it be like a really bizarre phenomenon? Maybe, but it looks pretty much like a dude. As requested, here is the windshield. The Red, Right, and Bethune were leaving. Not sure you can make anything definitive. Here... there's definitely someone in the van, and I'm pretty sure it's him. I don't know why that's that surprising. You could see him here, and when the video plays between 3 and 4 seconds, his face is against the window. So as they're driving by, he's peeking out and he's looking. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, it looks like he is. It's possible. It's possible. The picture of their van, though, there is a wall. So he'd have to be up front. Oh, there's a blanket hanging. There looks to be some type of bag in the front seat. So maybe he was laying down. Maybe he was there. What do you guys see? This is actually getting pretty interesting. You know, it appeared to be Brian's, as they were a few inches shy of the size 15. Oh, they're talking about the shoes that were also found. There were also shoes found that it also looks to be Brian's, not Gabby's. On top of all of this, there is new information on a 911 call that he claimed he saw Brian Lundrie slapping Gabby Petito. A massive search is continuing in southern Florida for Brian Lundrie, the boyfriend of Gabby Petito, the 22-year-old woman who went missing on a cross-country trip. Here's the thing. Here's something a lot of people are talking about too. Did the parents help get him out of there? Because it certainly looks suspect that basically people were watching this house 24/7 and somehow the boyfriend got out. You know, he's been named as a person of interest in the case, but according to this call, he claimed he saw him hit her. Now, we do know that by her own admission, she hit him in this incident, but the call is what led to this traffic stop. Apparently, he was chasing her up and down a sidewalk and raising his hands to her. We drove by, the gentleman said, and the gentleman was raising his hand to her. He told the call, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to raise his hands to her, hopped in the car, and drove off. What's interesting is then the PD stops, interviews them, and lets them go their separate ways. If you look at this, you know, this scenario, boy, I mean, I wonder if they had arrested somebody in this. You might, you know, you don't want to think about that. You see Nancy Grace here saying, how long has Brian Lundrie really been gone? She questions how Lundrie could have left the house unseen considering constant press coverage. Is it possible that he snuck out at, 4 in the morning when everyone is asleep? Yeah, sure, it's possible. But it's an interesting thing, and maybe that's why the parents were questioned. And there was this red herring, perhaps, about the Carlton Reserve, which is a nature preserve where Brian Lundrie was supposedly headed. She writes, with all the press and citizens outside the home, how did Lundrie get out and nobody noticed? That place has been staked out 24/7. Did he really go to the Carlton Reserve? Why do we believe that? Other than that's what the parents said. I don't understand how the car could have left with him in it. And then the parents bring it back and nobody sees any of this happening. I'm also very concerned about the condition in which Gabby was found. What would that tell us? Well, obviously, yeah, you'd want to know, is there evidence of foul play? Was it, a slip and fall? Was it, it's difficult to know for sure. There's also this weird thing where he checked in on her phone in Puerto Rico. That's really interesting, isn't it? I wanted to pull that up quick. I forgot to put up the article. This is just 2 days ago. And you see social media users think he's fled to Puerto Rico. Gabby Petito's family says her fiance is hiding and people think they know where. Social media users think Brian is in Puerto Rico based on Google geotagging data from their hiking and app All Trails. Investigators are now working with multiple missing persons investigation. It's interesting to me. You have in a statement they think he's hiding. Obviously, he's had weeks now to get ahead. You see, can't sleep because all I can think about Gabby case, one user tweeted. Now looking at their All Trails account, assuming it's really hers. Why is it saying Puerto Rico? In a follow-up tweet, that user wrote, do we think that Brian Lundrie has her phone and has fled to Puerto Rico? It's easy from Florida, but wouldn't the airport notify anyone? Well, what if you took a private jet or a charter flight? I don't know how all that works. Another user posted a screenshot of direct flights from Tampa. It's not far from Northport to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Spirit Airlines, American Airlines, Frontier, JetBlue all offer flights from Tampa to San Juan. And the thing is, he could have gone before anyone was even looking for him. Now, if they find him in Puerto Rico, you know, they'll still be able to extradite him to the United States. But things are getting spicy. I suspect more information will come out tonight. I'll make sure I keep you all updated on that. If you haven't yet, make sure you click that subscribe button down below the video to stay up to date on all the latest news, not just this. And we'll talk to you again real soon.